Okay, cousins, so let's get into this pho recipe. So I just got back from the store, and these are all the things that I purchased. I'm not gonna lie, it was a little pricey, but let's get into everything. So I went to Wegmans first, and then I got some bone-in short ribs. I spent about $18 for $19 rather for the short ribs. Then I also wanted some oxtail in there, and I spent around the same price for the oxtail. Then from the Asian Mart, I got some beef bones. That was about $5. Then I wanted some meatballs also in it, and these were the only ones that I could find. This was the most expensive ones, but it wasn't the ones I was looking for, but it wasn't bad, right? So then I also got some cilantro, and this would be and some Thai basil. I'm gonna use these in the end. Then I also got a pack of bean sprouts. I love a good bean sprouts, but I stain mine first. These are the pho noodles that I am going to use. Then I also purchased some green onion and some cilantro. And I'm also going to use about two out of these three of the limes. Then I got me a piece of ginger. I got me a medium sized yellow onion. Then I also got this chicken flavor soup base from my Asian market. And I also got this pho packet. It's also available on Amazon. Then I got some fried garlic. And then I used some Better Than Bouillon pho base. I didn't even know they had that. You learn something new every day, right? And this is the fish sauce that I use. This one is a bomb 10 out of 10. I will recommend. Then we got some hoisin sauce, of course, because that's going to be used in the end. And of course, it's pho, so you need a little MSG. So I got me some accent powder. And then I got me some Szechuan chili crisp. This is for a little extra spicy kick. And then, of course, it wouldn't be right without the sriracha, right? And I also got some garlic and peeled the skin off. And you're going to see what I'm going to do with that. So right now, we're going to just go ahead and start washing the meat and adding the meat to the pot. So right now, I'm adding the beef ribs. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the oxtail. Once I get that oxtail in, then I rinse off my beef bones, and then I throw those in there. I cover that with some water, and I'm gonna go ahead and boil that, right? So then you go ahead and turn the stove on high, and then you want to cover that up, and you want to boil that for about an hour, right? And get all those impurities. So the ginger I put on the open flame along with the onion, right? So I want to do this because I kind of want to get it like burnt a little bit all around on the ginger and on the onion. So I threw the ginger back on it because I think the onion was more scorched than the ginger. So now we're gonna go ahead in with the packet, right? So you can find this at your local Korean market if you have one close to you. So you're gonna go ahead and put that in the pan, and then you're gonna move it around for a little while. So you're gonna do this until you can smell the aromatics, right? So when you're gonna know once it's where it wanted to be because the color is going to start changing, right? So once it gets to that point, then you're going to take that little mesh packet that came with the spices, and then you're going to go ahead and dump the spices inside the mesh packet, and then you're going to close that thing up, and you're going to put that down with the onion, the garlic, and the ginger that we put on the open flame, right? So now we're going to go ahead and this is has been boiling for about 45 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and strain that. And then this is the meat after I strain it. So we're gonna clean out the pot and throw it back in the pot, right? And then we're gonna add some new water. We're gonna add the onion, we're gonna add the ginger, we're gonna add the garlic, and then we're gonna go ahead and put that packet in there, right? So you wanna try to snuggle the packet through the meat. So because this is a strong packet, so you don't have to keep that in there in the aromatics the whole time that it's cooking, right? So we're gonna cover that up and let it do its thing for about an hour. So now we're gonna start cutting up what we're gonna use in the end as topping. So I went on ahead with the green onions, then I chopped up the cilantro. And once I got the cilantro chopped up, then I went ahead and chopped up a jalapeno. And I also cut up a lime, but I don't have that on camera, right? So I got ahead and I put all my toppings on one paper plate, minus the lime, because I did that in the end. And now we're going to go ahead and cut up a red onion. So you're going to take the red onion and peel it. And then after you peel it and wash it off, then you're going to go ahead and slice it into who. You don't really need, it depends on how many people eating, because I just sliced enough for me because I was the only person eating this. When I tell you, baby, I probably got one bowl left. I was up all night eating this fuck. All right. So now after that, an hour has passed. So now we're going to go ahead and take that packet out and the aromatics, right? So now we're going to add 1 tablespoon of that pho base. And then we're going to go ahead and with that chicken seasoning. And then once we add the chicken seasoning, and then we're going to go in with a little salt, then with a little pepper. Then I wanted to put some rock sugar in there. So I went ahead and took a couple pieces of rock sugar. I threw that in there. Then it's time to go in with the fish sauce. So I did a couple of swirls of fish sauce. And then after the fish sauce, I went in with a little accent powder. And I probably let this cook for about another hour before I put the meatballs in, right? So I threw the meatballs in. Now this is a good consistency. I will once it cooked for about 20 minutes after this, because you only want to heat the meatballs up, right? So now you want to strain the broth. This is important. So you want to go ahead and put your meat in the strainer, and then you're going to take your sauce, and then you're going to take another bowl and put like one of these mesh strainers in there, because you're going to want all the impurities in your broth, right? So after you strain all of that out, then this is why you want to strain it in that mesh thing. See, you want to get all of that out of there, right? So now we're going to start on the noodles. These noodles take literally like a minute to cook. So once you throw them in there, they're going to get soft. You want to take those out, and you're going to add them to the strainer. And once you got all the noodles out the pot and you added it all to the strainer, then the next thing you want to do is run those noodles under some cold water, because you don't want to keep them hot, because they're going to stick together and it's just not going to be a good sight, right? So now we're going to go ahead and plate now. You know, this is my favorite part, baby. So we put some noodles down, and then I threw some broth in there. So I still got stuff in my broth because I threw some meat back in there before I plated it, right? So you're not going to have that if you don't do that, right? So then I put some more broth in there, and then I started adding the meat. Guys, I cannot make this up. Like, why was I buying this from the store all this time when I knew it was so good? Although it was a little pricey, it was a bomb 10 out of 10. Don't cheat yourself, treat yourself, baby. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, please take the time to do so now, so you will not miss out on any videos that I have coming up. Because if you think this is something, baby, you ain't seen nothing yet. So we're going to put all our toppings on there. Then we're going to go ahead in with some hoisin sauce. And then after we do the hoisin sauce, we're going to go ahead in with some sriracha. So we did a little sriracha. And after the sriracha, we went in with the chili crisp. This was really good. It was a little spicy, but it was really good, right? So then after we threw the chili crisp on there, then we're going to go in with the fried garlic. Baby, this was so good. Oh, my God. I cannot make this up, right? So after we sprinkle a little, because you can either do fried garlic or you could do fried shallots. I personally like the fried garlic. Then I went on ahead and threw some green onions on the top. And baby, when it was time to eat it, I just want you to get into it. Like, this video right here is not doing no justice for what it was really hitting for, right? So now get into it, because I'm ready to dig in. Baby, listen. If you got a little change, baby, make this. Then come back in the comments and let me know how I went. Bye.